Hey everybody, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel for another movie review. Today, I'm reviewing a movie that I should have reviewed a while ago. But it's fine, we're here now and it's happening, so whatever. Deal with it. Today I am reviewing Annihilation. I originally had no interest in seeing this movie. I don't know why. It didn't look like something that I was going to enjoy. It just looked like a very stereotypical sci-fi film. But it was directed by Alex Garland, who I love. He did Ex Machina, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love pretty much every actor in this movie, which was a big selling point for me, like Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson. But as soon as it came out, I heard terrible things from most of my friends who saw the movie, and I was like, maybe I'm gonna skip this one. But then out of nowhere, I heard all of these great reviews from all these other people, and I was like, why does this movie have such mixed reviews? That's so intriguing to me. So I had to see it. And I gotta say, I understand now after seeing it why it had such mixed reviews, because this movie is crazy. Basically, Natalie Portman's husband went on this mission into this place called the Shimmer, which is essentially this sort of orb of space on Earth. It's like a dome of weirdness. Essentially, the Shimmer appeared there because some kind of alien comet crashed into a lighthouse and infected like the surrounding area. So now all of these different military teams keep going into the Shimmer to figure out what it is, but then nobody comes out and nobody knows what happens to them. So Natalie Portman is part of the next team that is going to go in there. She's trying to find what happened to her husband and find some kind of closure or some kind of answer. And it's interesting because it seems like everyone on this team has kind of accepted that this is a suicide mission, because everyone who's gone into this has not come out. And I really like that concept because it shows you that everyone on that team has nothing left to live for, and that's why they're doing this. They just have no reason to go back home. So they're just kind of going into this place to self-destruct, which I think is kind of a cool concept. But inside of the Shimmer is a very strange, peculiar, but beautiful place. And it's interesting because it is terrifying. Like, there are lots of weird things everywhere, creatures and monsters that are just sort of killing people and picking people off, and it makes this movie like very much a horror. But this world of the Shimmer is very opposite of a horror. It's very beautiful. There are like flowers everywhere. It's super colorful. There's lots of these like scientific anomalies, and it's just really cool to look at. So it's a weird juxtaposition of like being fascinated by the world and also being terrified of it. Now, I can't really tell you anything that happens after that because it's major spoilers. But I literally don't know if I love this movie or if I hate this movie. And let me tell you why. This movie was beautifully done, super well done. Like, I really admire everything about it. I will never watch this movie again for the rest of my life. Never. No way. You couldn't make me do it. I was so uncomfortable the entire time I was watching this movie. I had anxiety. I was tense. It wasn't just like a normal horror movie experience where you're like, ah, but you're like having fun. This was like, I was clenching my fists. I was so uncomfortable. The music was so like it had those like tones, like those dark, ominous tones, but it was really in your face and really loud. And there's one scene in particular, first of all, my mind was just being fucked with so intensely. So that alone was like enough to drive me crazy. And then the music was just like, brrr, and it just kept doing that over and over again. It just kept getting louder and louder. And at one point it was just so loud. Like my theater was so loud. I had to cover my ears. It was so loud. It was like hurting me. And I was just so uncomfortable. I didn't enjoy watching this movie at all. There was this one scene that was absolutely horrifying, terrifying. The most scary thing of nightmares I've ever seen or heard. And I literally had a nightmare about it the following night. Like, I couldn't handle it. It was too much. And I like horror movies. I like to be scared. This movie scared me so much. I don't know why. There's just this one scene and it'll fuck you up. Actually, two scenes, because there's one scene that's terrifying early on, and then there's another scene later that's more disturbing than horrifying. It's just like, it's really not scary when you think about it, but the image of it is very weird and disturbing, and it made me super uncomfortable, and this movie really fucked me up. I don't know, man. I don't think I'd ever watch this movie again, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie, does it? I don't know. I'm having a really hard time rating this film because it was weird. Also, the ending was very ambiguous. I like movies like that where they leave you thinking and you're like, I don't know what happened. Was it this or was it this? And it kind of leaves the option up in the air for like you to decide or figure out yourself, which is cool, but at the same time, it's literally killing me. I'm like, what happened? I will never know what happened. Never. I was left with a lot of like, my brain was on fire, feeling. If you guys have any theories or would like to talk about this movie, I would like to discuss it deeply. Which I guess makes it a good movie. A movie that makes you think and makes you discuss every part of the movie is probably a good movie? This is rough. I think I'm gonna give this movie, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Because it was pretty good. Like, it was really well done. It really made you think. But I didn't really, enjoy it. And I'm never gonna watch it again. I think it's just not my thing. It's just not for me. Yeah, 3.5 sounds pretty good. It's like above average. It was good. I respect it. But I will never watch it again. Nope. I would love to hear what you guys think about this movie. Let me know in the comments below all of your thoughts. If you want to talk about any spoilers, feel free to message me on Twitter and we can talk about it there so that nobody here gets offended. But yeah, that's my review of Annihilation. I'm kind of curious to read the book, but I know that it's very loosely based on the book, so I don't know if it would even really be worth it. But if it answers any of my questions, I am on board because I have so many questions. But that's it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Feel free to check out my Patreon, which I now have. Very exciting. The link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much to all of you who have contributed to my Patreon, including my top 3 patrons of the month: Cameron Martin, Steve Wesson, and Martin Jorgensen. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Steph Koza, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!